In this video, I'm gonna tell you how to configure Ethernet IP adapter in FANUC robot. FANUC robot as Ethernet IP adapter means robot is slave station. So first you have to confirm the hardware connection, Ethernet cable connection. Look at this. The cable either connect to port 1 CD38A or CD38B, which is port 1 and port 2 on control cabinet CPU board, Ethernet board port. Okay, you confirm this. Then the next, we go back to the real teach pendant and you check whether your robot system already installed Ethernet IP option function. You can check here. Basically, if you installed Ethernet IP option, it will show here, and you also can check on the system ID. So after you confirmed these two things, let's begin our topic. So first, you choose AO. You choose Ethernet IP. As you can see, the type ADP adapter. So we add adapter. So before you can configure it, we first have set up TCP IP address for Ethernet IP communication. So click menu, you choose setup, you find host communication, you choose enter, you choose TCP IP, you choose detail. As you can see, the first column is robot name. You can type the name. This depends on the real project, whether you connect to port 1 or port 2. You can change port 2 or port 1. Remember, then you can set robot IP address here. Host name means, for example, typically we use PLC communicate with robot. Then you can set PLC IP address here. Once you set both of them IP address successfully, then you can test whether Ethernet cable connection successfully or failed. You can try to ping. If successfully, means Ethernet cable connection, no problem. Okay, you get it. Once you finish IP address setting, the next we have to configure input and output for Ethernet IP communication. So you click menu, you choose AO, you choose Ethernet IP. So let's assume you use connection 1. Choose type adapter. Before you can configure, you have to make it false. Okay, true or false? False. Before you can configure, you get it. So you can choose true and false, make it false. Then you can configure. Choose configure. And here is configure the input size and output size. Remember, at robot side, the unit is words. Typically on PLC side, the unit is bytes. Okay, you can get the right input and output size. You get it? Then once you set this input size and output size, the next should configure I/O mapping. So we go back menu. First, we go back I/O. First, we choose UOP. Okay, we choose configure. So basically, this is UO. We can choose UI. Basically, 1 to 18, if your Ethernet IP communication, the rack must be 89. Remember, the rack must be 89. Okay, slot must be 1. Start at 1. Okay, and you click add UO. Same, you must change rack. Okay, you must change rack. Okay, once you finish the UI and UO slot same, because basically the 19 and 20 we don't use it. We typically use 1 to 18 UO. So depends on the real situation if you want to keep it, because 20 is reserved, 19 is snack. So depends on the real situation. Okay. So once you finish the UI and UO mapping, the next should be general I/O. You choose the type, you choose the digital. So this is the general output and input. You choose configure, you choose input. Still depends on the real situation. You can type the range and start at 19, and the range, because we assign the 4 words, should be 1 word should be 16 bit, 4 should be okay. You can type it. Remember, start and out, save, and change the rack. $89. Okay, start depends on the UO. If you use the 20, then you begin at 21. If you don't use the 19 and 20, then you begin at 19. Okay, you get it. So once you mapping this all of them, you restart the system. And you check whether the communication is running or not. You can check here. Once you restart the system, you can check the Ethernet IP. Basically, once you configure finished, you turn it true. Okay, then you restart it. Then basically, if it's right, should be running, not offline. And you can also check the I/O. So the digital configure this. Basically, if right, should be active. Should be active if successfully. The rack should be 89. Okay, so this is this video's content for Ethernet IP communication. Is pretty simple. If you're master, ignore. If you're beginners, hopefully useful to you. See you next.